my name is BG.
And I'm producer Dev.
And we're going to recap the top stories for you of 2021. By the way, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media. What were some of the top news stories in general of this year? You know when a Caribbean person says, they're about to get into it.
What was it, January 6th? They decided it was a good idea to storm the Capitol down south. It's time to take over the White House. Are you kidding me?
It's so crazy.
And like, I'm sure you feel the same, but working in news, like I've been in news for 4 years now, every time I get to the end of the year, it's like, did that actually happen this year?
I know.
This year? Like timelines get so, but yes, that was indeed this January.
That's how we kicked off 2021. With literally the strongest democracy in the world being raided. And attacked.
Democracy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unquote. No disrespect to our American viewers, but what's going on?
We know it's not your fault.
Yeah,
but we have some questions.
That was a crazy story.
It was, but was then followed by the inauguration. So
that's true.
Joe Biden became president, but Kamala Harris, first female vice president of the United States, woman of color, such a powerhouse all around for, everybody.
Yeah, and I think that as a statement is a big thing. Policy aside, not everybody agrees with the Biden-Harris administration in terms of what they're doing in terms of policy.
And that's, you're right, we're not talking about our opinions here.
We're just saying as like when you're trying to reflect, when your government should be reflective of what your population looks like, it was finally good to see a woman move into the highest ranks of highest office in the world, but also for it to be a woman who has, some racial background. This
year was definitely punctuated with waves of COVID, waves of lockdown, you know?
I mean, I feel like 2021 was a lot of COVID back and forth between the lockdowns. That was obviously on a lot of people's news feeds. And I think people also just got tired of it too.
For sure. And then we also had, coming into the spring, we had all of the really horrible discoveries at former residential school sites. So the remains of thousands of children across the country. That was
a huge story. And it still is.
I was going to say it's still ongoing, but that really, the first discovery at Kamloops of the over 700 children. And that was followed by lots of protests, right? Lots of protests across Canada, calls to cancel Canada Day, calls for truth and reconciliation movements, for the government to put their money where their mouth is. There was a lot. I'm getting shivers just thinking about it,
And then followed that was our election here.
Yes.
In Canada. And that was interesting.
Wait, before the election, the Olympics.
The Olympics.
So the 2022 games, or the 2020 games happened in 2021. But they still happen this year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about the Olympics.
And it was a good year for Canada. It was a good year for Jamaica. I got you.
Yes. We gotta rep both.
There you go. Yeah, it was a good year.
Oh my goodness, yes, the Olympics happened.
Kind of lifted spirits during the pandemic.
And we needed that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Andre DeGrasse, who got the gold in 200. Yeah, so no, we brought some big things out.
Here comes DeGrasse, accelerating. DeGrasse at the line. He's got the gold medal. Andre DeGrasse.
Then the election.
The election that wasn't supposed to happen this year either.
So you know what was crazy? I felt like we had our ears on the street. Like we had our, what's that saying? Like
ear to the ground?
Yeah, but on the pulse. We were on the pulse.
We were on the pulse.
Because we kept saying there's gonna be an election. Like we kept saying there's gonna be election, there's gonna be election, there's gonna be election. And remember Burns? We kept asking all the leaders when we had them, anytime they would come on. And we're hearing the streets are talking, and then it happened. Yeah. And the results were basically, we left the election.
But did an election really happen?
Right? Because we literally have the same results.
We had big celebrity news this year too.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Kim and Kanye.
Yeah, that whole breakup. But I mean, didn't we see it coming? I mean, do we think the Kardashians are gonna still be making news like they do in 2022?
Can I be honest?
Talk to me.
I really kept up with the Kardashians.
Okay.
And I'm not.
Okay.
I won't even.
You were the KWKK.
That's too many K's in one sentence.
Sorry.
I was like, wait, now we have a gift of you looking at me going, you're the KKK.
And I also think that abbreviation was incorrect, keeping up with the Kardashians. Yeah, definitely messed it up there.
Was I a fan? No.
Yeah.
Was I intrigued? Yes. It blew my mind that people could live with that on that scale, with that much money, and just that be their lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I don't even aspire to that. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even inspiring to me. It was
Yeah.
just like, it was like a bad car crash. Couldn't look away.
You know what I couldn't look away at?
What?
At the royal family.
Speaking
Sorry,
of
let
car
me rephrase that. Not the
crashes.
royal family. Some of y'all's royal family. Okay?
Yeah.
That monarchy,
Yeah.
that colonialist.
The British royal family.
The British royal family. But that interview with Oprah and Meghan and
mean the
Harry,
real queen.
that was something, eh?
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
I think living in North America, and again, this interview was BAD, I don't think people over there were as shocked as people here were. I think people know the royal family are racist. They know that they're white supremacists, for lack of a better term. So none of that was surprising. I don't think.
I wish I was Oprah in that interview because I would have said, whoever asked you that, tell them darker the berry, sweeter the juice.
No arguments
You know
here.
what I'm saying? Barbados.
Yes.
Massive story.
They did the
Right?
thing.
They ditched the queen.
Yes.
Right? They became their own republic. I think that's a massive story, right?
For sure, for sure. And we'll see like what other islands are going to follow
Right.
suit, right?
Will
I think
Canada
that-
ever one day follow suit?
Let us pray.
Let us pray.
See, because I think that the royal family could be canceled individually. I just don't think they'll ever be canceled in the UK. I
Right.
don't. Like, people are calling for an end to the monarchy. It's never going to happen. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. Now
Okay.
it's on.
Oh, you'll
Now
have
it's
to
on
eat
the
crow.
internet.
You'll have to eat crow.
Auntie Dev's a vegetarian. Gotcha.
Well, listen, no. You know what? Thinking about it now, 2021 had some really big stories.
Yes.
Some really interesting stories, and a lot of things that are gonna continue into 2022, right? But here's what we can promise you: all of that news we will be covering right here on News You Can Use. Hey BG Squad, thanks so much for checking out our channel, and listen to this, we have more great content for you, like this video right here and this video right here. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now and tap that notification bell.